ambition and change my condition, but I turn things around. I might fit that description. I'm a P like the pyramid. I'm not no Egyptian. I'm sick, no prescription can turn this to fiction.
Okay, back to the matter. Make we no vex, scatter. If I don't do anything wrong, me no they go anywhere, officer.
The community of Nigerian rappers could rival their American counterparts in terms of skills. Records have been sold and names are documented in history as the list keeps expanding, contrary to impressions held out there.
The way that they do me, cries is to boo me, but now ladies woo me. Truly, I'm sorry, sue me. Me and my loopy, I'm money long like Mooney, I'm loony like Toonie, a girl wish she knew me.
In the past few years, the rap genre has made a huge leap forward in terms of exposure and the successes of its musicians. Around the close of the decade of the 2000s, more acts began to gain popularity. They include Olamide, Vector, Remnants, who was named as one of Time magazine's 7 international rappers to meet.
Think about every other art form and tell me an art form that's remained static. Is the high life today high life of before? What about the Afrobeats? Does it sound like how it sounded before? Every art form will evolve. Why is it that rap, when people think about rap, then people try to make a big deal out of it? These guys are evolving, they're creating new sounds, new styles. But the soul of what Olamide does, a singer cannot do. That's the sense. There's a song, Science Student, which is a commentary on drug use, right? Now, the rap in it is what he's saying, the word science student and the pun behind it. Because he's not singing about a science student. Now, an R&B singer can't do that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, go say it, go say book, go say it, go say book, go say it, go say book, go say it, go say book. What you call me, got that for?
It's only a rapper that can look at that thing and create that pun that way. So it doesn't matter how he delivers the content to you. It's the mind of a rapper behind the song. You understand? And that's the difference between a rapper and everybody else.
Mr. Agada, he too dey beat him wife. Meanwhile, him wife love am like die. Waiting be life. Day in, day out, her own na to please the man. No matter how hard she try, the man no one understand. Black eye today, black eye another day. Listen to Agada, him get something to say.
You know say no be say I like waiting they happen, and it's not all fights. At times me and my wife they badun. Apologies, definitely I dey drop. Now my temper they make me go over the top. Small things they irritate me. My wife, I know she loves me. I love her too, but I can't stop treating her badly.
Foolish man, you no go stop before you kill him. We know it's in your.
I think it's growing. It's coming. It's been going into different branches. A whole lot of them branch out from the Pidgin English, vernacular kind of rap. Now blending into song because what is acceptable recently more likely is a dance track in a pidgin or a vernacular slang in a vibing song. But how did they get to that? They got to that through what we've already evaluation from what we already created that has been in existence, but now refined it, which is also, I'm going to give it to them. At a particular time, they learned this brand of music, but along the line, they had to now refine it. That's what I said. That's what created the urban music genre.
Plenty things, plenty nonsense, my people. Plenty things, they're not supposed to happen for this life.
What rap is to the New Yorker in terms of being a voice to ventilate inner agitation is what lyrically rap has become in recent time in Nigeria.
There's a lot of racism around the beginning of every black art form. There's no art form that black people created in the US that people didn't name. Whether it's rock and roll with the devil music, you know, people think rock and roll started with white music, white people, but it didn't. Whether it's jazz music, whether it was disco, whatever it is that black people created, there's always, you know, a narrative trying to hold it down. Black music has always been about talking about the struggle, and in terms of that, rap music has been maybe the most recent iteration of that struggle, and it's about the energy, it's about voice of young. It used to be very male driven, a lot of machoism in it. I think that's what attracted me to it. You know, hearing people who were telling stories that I resonated with in my heart. And also the art form is very beautiful. It's poetry, you know, spoken word poetry put on a rhythm, you know, and it was easy to do. If you don't have a voice to be singing, you know, like Prince or Michael Jackson at that time, you know, then what can you do? You know, you use bars and lyrics instead to express yourself. So I don't really worry about that narrative. The narrative was put on it by people that were trying to control black communities. It's the same thing that they said, you know, were doing to black athletes, that they were doing to black politicians, black thinkers at the time, they were doing to black art. And that's where that narrative comes from, that it was gutter music. It's because they thought black people are gutter people. That's why.
As more members of that community are now conveying messages in local languages and dialects. Fino, Raw, Zoro are some names holding it down for the Southeast. Olamide in the Southwest, just as others have found a way to fuse dialects.
It was community of genre of young artists. Now, they can identify with reggae, they can identify with Afrobeat, they can identify with high life, they can identify with Akbala and Juju, but they can identify with rap. Now, it made it more fun. It was meant for the younger generation. So it was easy for them to adapt to it. It was easy for them to see it on TV, see it on, listen to it on radio, and want to get into the vibe. And that's what gave this urban music. It was Afro hip-hop that gave the birth to the urban music that is a trend of the now generation.
Pulse the Bad Guy is also paying homage to the Nigerian culture, leading that up with a lot of social commentary that resonates with the real Niger society.
We are stand at attention. I'm talking to you, you are respond. How can you be asking me question?
Rap music is not just the stringing together of gibberish.
I'ma keep getting moolah. You can stay gassed up. Your man like sparkling water. Yeah, I'm the man with the rhythm. The Utunu flow just kills them.
However, sometimes it's spacey, making it difficult to comprehend if you don't allow for deliberate attention. Rap is lyrical, witty, informative, educates, raises the conscience level, binds, and can only be originated from a creative mind.
If you get spiritual country, learn your lesson. Try marry who will be your personal person. Come rain, come shine, trust me, If a girl too fine, she go they give you green light, but anytime you show, she go hold her jean tight. That's right. Now so we dey start. Before you know then go say you break her heart. How you take break her heart, you know. Waiting you carry come, you still carry am go.
Many Nigerian rappers are therefore people of creative minds, people who can tie back socio-economic events, string them in such manner that conveys compelling thoughts and evoke calls to action. It's not hard to tell that many of them are schooled.
None of you rappers is real enough. Once you blow up, now you're switching up. That's why these fans are not feeling y'all. SA rappers out here killing y'all.
There's a thin line between rap and poetry. Words are the soul of rap, a deep repertoire that should never be in short supply. Rap artists consider themselves as the conscience of any society, the links between the environment and the dwellers.
We never would be everyone's choice. Tell all those melodramatic about the crime that all they see is the pain and the shame. Tell them of the boy in Ajegule world in university with work just to make ends meet, though the economy is harsh and the moments are grim. Tell those who wish to scrub the dirt off their skin that we wear our skins like generals, wear the scars that give them the stars. Heads in the air, shoulders high in a majestic stride with the right air of arrogance of a justified pride.
So whether in the form of spoken words or spoken words weaved in beats, bars and rhythms, its custodians and enterprise owners have put Nigeria on the world stage of recognition. These community of lyrical musicians have made and continue to leave imprints on history's path. Rap music and rap artists will continue to be around for a long time to come.
Day by day, pencil, Yana cleaner. My school sandals that time, Cocotina. Then, all but my choice, the rule. That was so impossible in primary school.
Like every creative work in Nigeria, rap music, hip-hop music, or any other music for that matter, is still challenged heavily by the scourge of piracy, distribution issues, and the solutions are quite simple. It's been espoused in several fora. Government needs to make a serious and quick intervention in this industry so that at least royalties will be paid, collections will be upped, and people can distribute their works, and we can have more rap artists like the ones we had some 40 years ago. Hope you enjoyed this week's edition. Join us again next week. Bye for now.